Okay, good morning. So I just was trying to figure out what will I post today. Oh, let me stop it over here. Pause it. And I decided that my cookware collection was getting a bit out of hand. So I am a scientist, if you haven't figured that out from my channel yet. And as a scientist, I am very mindful about my cookware. And for many moons, I have used Vision's cookware. When I found out that they had borosilicate in my adult age, after my freshman year, I spent on campus, like most of us. And then I got an apartment off campus my sophomore year. So my sophomore year, I began using Vision's ware. And considering the fact that it is now very scarce, even though you can still find it in abundance, I do all the time at thrift shops and consignment shops, it can be rare in your mainstream stores. In fact, it's virtually non-existent. But with the onset of the pandemic and the refocus, if you will, and for some, it was new information that borosilicate glass was the best cookware, the safest cookware, period. No competition. Now, I know that some of you are going to post and say something to the effect of, well, what if it cracks? And, I've seen that it explodes and all these things. Keep this in mind. Anything on this planet that is synthesized or is not synthesized, that is natural, can be dangerous if used improperly. If you do not follow the directions, if you go beyond the scope of its use, which is normally in the directions. Consider the young lady, Gorilla Glue. Gorilla Glue in and of itself is safe for its purpose that is on the label, conspicuously on the front and back. But when you step outside the directions and use it for other purposes, then that's when it becomes dangerous. Equally, Vision's ware is exceptional. Glass does not leach. You will not have any leach of chemicals in your food. If you use it properly and store it properly, you will not have shards of glass. No, you will not have shards of glass in your food. None of that occurs, okay? All right, so I'm not going to do a lesson today on how to use borosilicate glass because I'm kind of tired, I need a bit of a rejuvenation because I'm at the end of my second year in law school. And yes, I'm a scientist and in law school. Just let's stay focused on the cookware today. And I am preparing for final exams, and I want to be able to post and stay committed. Remember, I told you I'm very serious about my commitments. I don't care if they're minor or major. I'm consistent. It's my word. And I stand on my word, okay, in all ways. So I said, well, what can I do today? And my fingers have been typing all week, and my motor skills are kind of like, I can only do the simplest of things. And I said, don't feel like editing because that's going to be motor skills. Why don't I reorganize my collection of cookware, my borosilicate, my Vision's ware, and I do have borosilicate glass that is not produced by Visions. I have some by Anchor, I have some by Pyrex, and I have some that recently that IKEA has released, and I'm very, very immeasurably impressed by theirs. Because again, as I was alluding to, with the onset of the pandemic, there has been, this shift back to natural health, those principles, holistic principles. And of course, cooking with glass or storing your food in glass has come back full center, right? Front and center, bamboo, things of that nature. So I have several pieces, but what I'm going to focus on today is organizing my borosilicate. Now I got these organizers here, I guess about 2 years ago, and I had a classic hutch, a china cabinet hutch, and I just felt like that was too big. I'm in my minimalist phase, and even though this is my version of minimalist, and for those of you who know, I can fill a house. Keep in mind, not a hoarder, but I can definitely fill a house. So this is minimal for me. I like to not go to too far extremes and not enjoy the things that I truly, truly enjoy. And I truly enjoy cooking ever since I realized that it was a science. And as a scientist, then it opened up so many doors to just really maximize the fun and the flavor and the nutrition, the nutritious value of the food that I prepare for me, my son, and my mom, and my extended family. My mom doesn't live with me, but just in general. Okay, so we're going to put this together. So basically, I keep finding more and more pieces. Now, some of you know that I also run estate sales. Now, I've not been able to do that during the pandemic, something I really, really miss and love. And let me do this as well. I've got to turn this heat off because don't judge me. I am a Black household. Don't judge me, but I'm turning it off. Okay, because it's about 10:30 in the day, and the warmth is starting to come through, as opposed to the cool spring mornings or whatever, the cool air. Okay. My biggest concern with the seeming increase of more and more visions where in the thrift shops, particularly Goodwill, normally is an indication of either deaths or retirement, because just generally speaking, visions where is still highly coveted by elder communities. And it hasn't really made its way, as a primary must-have in kitchens for even my generation, and definitely not for generations after me. The younger folk, even though I'm young. Okay, so I'm young old. And so, yeah, when you see more of these in the thrift shops, it can mean that either the elder person who had it has retired, which is what we're, of course we have to be adults and be realistic. So, you're not naive to the fact that people do pass away. But especially when you think about it in the pandemic, it can be solemn. It can be a very solemn thought. And yeah, so it can be that they've retired and decided not to, they don't want to cook anymore, of course. And most often when I run estate sales, what I find is that the children or the heirs to whatever property this person may have, they usually don't want to keep these types of things. And it baffles me. They don't want the antiques. It's just an amazing, mind-blowing concept. But yeah, they don't want the visions ware, especially. And so that's, you have that indication of retirement, or you have the indication, of course, of them passing away. And again, the heirs just wanting to clear the house out, which I've done many times as an estate manager, been just hired straightly, they don't want to discuss the value of the antiques unless the value gets up into the thousands that, you know, really makes a difference. And they just want you to clear the house out and prepare it for sale by the estate seller. So I am an estate manager. So I manage the contents of the estate for sale. And then I turn the keys back over to the heirs of the estate or the real estate agent that the estate heir has directed me to, you know, turn the keys over to. And again, I do miss that facet of my corporate endeavors, but nonetheless, that's for a story for another day. So this is how I've been able to amass my collection by going to thrift shops. And I've seen, you know, oh my gosh. So there's two different versions of the Visions Wear. Some of you are familiar with it, some of you are not. Like this is the newer version. And it was very rare, only released in European countries. In fact, you can't find this on mainstream markets here in the States at all. So to find this was exceptional. And I have two pieces from that collection. Let's see, one is in because they make 3 pieces, 3 different sizes. And they are just exceptional. There's still some YouTube footage out there about Visions. If you look it up, you'll see what I'm talking about, the 2 different versions, because they did stop production of the Visions Wear when there was a lawsuit and there were claims that, you know, that the Vision Wear exploded. And basically you just have a situation where, much like the situation with Gorilla Glue, much like all the other kind of similar lawsuits out there that are initiated by individuals who basically misused the product and found a loophole. They call them gotcha lawsuits, if you will. They found a loophole in the warranty or the directions, you know, the merchantability of the product, and try to claim that, you know, oh my God, you know, this was not listed as a way that I couldn't use it. So therefore you're responsible for negligently failing, you know, to inform me. Okay, whatever. And I'm not necessarily getting into the logistics of Gorilla Glue. I'm glad that she was able to get it out of her head. I don't know. I presume that it was just a whole bunch of hot mess. You know, I don't attend the shit shows, so we're not going to cover that aspect of it at all. Not at all. We're going to keep on going on the Visions Wear. And basically, you're going to see me now put it away because there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. And I enjoy cooking with my Visions Wear all the time. Okay, so I was trying to figure it out. I live in a 2-bedroom flat. This is my kitchen, and it's a beautiful chef's kitchen. It really is. I am not going to complain. I do have a video on the snack bar that I created for my son, and I did have to build in shelves. So go back and look at that if you're interested in converting. You know how they have the built-in desk space, the small desk space in the apartments now. This is what that was. And I had no real use for it because I've built out other areas for our office or our workspace, if you will. And I believe there's a video on that as well, how-to video, so check that out. If it's not there, it just means that I've recorded it. I have lots of recordings that have not made it yet to my channel, and I promise you, rather I commit to you that they will make it to my channel eventually. Look under the playlist, see Tigress build for those, okay? But yeah, the snack bar, that's definitely in there. And so basically, I've got I've got really good storage. I really do. But I love to cook. Love to cook, okay? And keep in mind that I'm always producing things completely 100%, from scratch. There are some things that I do that are, what do they call them? I can't think of the term. If y'all are with me, type it in the comments. It's when you don't do it completely from scratch, but you start off with whole products, if you will, and build from that. So it basically is still very close to from scratch. Oh, I can't think of the word. When I think of the word, I'll let you know. So here's my dilemma. This is where I keep that's all the dinnerware, plateware, if you will. And that's just, it's a functional display. So these are used, they're not just on display. Equally, my copper coffee pot. Okay. This here is just space for our reusable bottles and a couple of mugs you see up there. It's not much space. And then here for like cookware and bakeware, okay? And then this side is dedicated to the storage. And then I've got a broiler, a glass, that's again, borosilicate. That is, what brand is that? It's not Pyrex. I found that's an off brand. I'm not sure, I can't remember what brand that is. I'll pick it up in a second and figure it out. Hold on one second, let me see, I can't remember. I don't know. I probably got this from World Market. I can just about guarantee you I got it from World Market. There's a bottom that goes, I hope I haven't lost this piece. There's a piece that goes to the bottom of this. It's and you can steam. If you can see, you see the holes, there we go. You can see the holes in the bottom. I'll find another piece in a second, but yeah, I probably more than likely got this from World Market. That's my other go-to place for borosilicate. And I'm trying to think what another place is good for borosilicate. So IKEA, World Market, and the Goodwill or the thrift and antique shops, okay? All right, so I guess World Market items sometimes are just that. So here's my dilemma. The area here that I just opened up for you, right here, all of these that are now on my counter and on my stovetop were in the cabinet, okay? And it's just clutter. And I don't do clutter. It's not my thing. It just drives me up a wall. So I've been trying to figure out how to really maximize my space. And that is really the key in learning how to downsize and live minimalistically, if you will. And I've looked at this several times. I love wine, I do, but I not ever have this much wine in my home. I used to own a wine shop, a wine and jazz bar. So I am definitely a connoisseur, but I still don't keep that much wine. I just don't. And I've been trying to figure out how to repurpose this. And so I'm the type of person, I'll kind of look at a thing, I'll go on Pinterest, I'll go on YouTube, try to get ideas, and I still haven't come up with anything on how to incorporate it because I was like, maybe I can put my pots in, you know, the cookware up there. Each time I was batting zero until today. Today, something said, why don't you turn them over like that? And I'll show you. Let's be safe here. And put them up there like this. And then I thought even further, you know, because I had to step back and say, okay, let's look from a distance, because I don't like eyesores either. I don't like anything looking crazy. So I was like, okay, doesn't look too bad. Okay, so I said, well, but how will I be able to really organize it? How will I know where, you know, which piece goes where? And it can really, you know, serve as a collector's organization, you know, component. And so what I decided to do is to get little labels and put them for each of the pot sizes, you know? And on the Visionsware, which I love, you may not be able to see this. We're gonna try. See. Oh, yeah, you can, look at there. All right, so there is an indication on each of the pots, and it tells you the size. And of course you have the Visions logo there. And this one is 0.7 liters. And the unit is also indicative that it is was not a American-based cookware set. All right, and then this one, let's see. We're not going to go through them all, but just trying to give you an idea. And you can tell the newer Visionsware from the vintage, the debut Visionsware back in the day by the emblem. And you see this one it doesn't have the kind of oval or the encircling around it. And the other one did. And this is, because it even has the France stamp on it as well. And it just says V volume, I believe, 1B. I'll be honest with you, I'm not even sure what that completely means, but I'll look it up and let you know. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. So now I'm gonna go ahead and go through them all, put them down. And we're gonna see how it looks at the end. And that's pretty much it. So join me as I do so, and maybe it will give you inspiration on how to organize your pots. And maybe it will inspire you to use Visionsware. I will do some how-to videos with preparation and full on, you know, full meal cooking and preparation in the Visionsware. Yeah, okay. So I will probably just kind of hold them up to the camera and not really do too much talking as I try to figure out a configuration to really make this pop. And if you have any comments, if you have any input on what I'm doing, please do comment. Let me make sure I have it up. There we go, yeah. Yeah, I see no chat right now, but yeah, just let me know. I'm going to, oh, wait. I think I'm in the right place. What is this? Let me make sure I'm in the right place here. I'm going to save that. I just wanted to make sure we're in the right place. I'm going to say hello. Hi, y'all. Okay, so yeah, join me. So I'm looking for any. Hold on 1 second. There we go. Little technical difficulty there. Trying to make sure I got it. Okay. So I'll keep looking back and forth to see if I see any comments. And I'll be sure to get with you and respond. There we go. Perfect. All right, there we go. Okay. Let's see again. There's the circle or the oval that's surrounding it, and then the leaders. That's how you can tell the difference between the new and older version. The older version has France. The newer one has the Corning designation, the Corning. Yeah, you can make it out there a little bit. Okay. Oh. They are the same size. The water first. I think I told y'all before about sitting down when you drink your water. It's what you need to do if you can. Forgot to take my zinc, I didn't take my zinc too. You're wondering what brand and everything that I use. This is it. Straightforward. So tape. And these are, this is holistic here. So these elements can also be put in lotions and hair product, and food and smoothies. So Often you've seen in my smoothing sermons that I will literally just take the capsule, open it, and dump out the contents into whatever it is I'm making. And this is just the vitamin D. I do not swallow them whole. I puncture the capsule with my teeth in my mouth and allow the vitamin D to go under my tongue. And there you have it. See? Okay, here we go. Corny, the newer versions. These all come with tops. These won't make any sense up there. You won't be able to see it. That makes no sense. And then it's also going to be good for accessibility, right? It'll be awesome for accessibility. Because I have them, when they were in this cupboard, as you can imagine, they were stacked. And so then I have to unstack them, put them back, and all that kind of stuff, just to get one particular pot. Here's what the tops look like for them. They really, stuff is just so cute to me. And of course, they're dishwasher safe. I know some people also complain about not being able to get them clean. It probably means that maybe, just in all honesty, you need maybe to take some cooking lessons so that you're not using your heat too high and that you're washing your items and, just using proper or best practices when having your Visionsware on the stovetop. And even if you have any issues with cleaning off maybe some of the, let me give you an example. This one, I could definitely clean this a little bit more, which I probably will. This is a great example, right? But all of that can, and that's on the bottom, that's not on the inside, okay? It's on the bottom. It can be scrubbed off with cast towel soap. Use a strong but yet still natural soap. And then worst case scenario, I have this. This I use for my stainless steel. I do have a very few stainless steel pots. Like I have a wok. I have yet to see a glass wok. I don't think that the principle works for the mechanism of, a wok. But if you know of a glass wok, please let us know. And so I use this, the Barkeeper's Friend. Now it is chemical based. So after I use this to get it completely clean, then I will clean it again with the cast towel soap to make sure that I rid of all of the residue, right? The chemical residue. Hold on one second. I'm getting a call. All right, let me call it back real quick. right now. Bye. Okay, so let's see. This is another Visions. And this is the newer, remember, with the circle. Okay. All right, so let's see. I don't think that the smaller ones are going to be cute either in here, but let's see what it looks like. Yeah, I don't like that. So I'm thinking that this will be for the main sauce pots. And at least that does clear up some of the space. The only issue is that, as you notice, there is no bottom for this because, of course, it's not made for what I'm intending to use it for. So it looks like we're just going to have just those components. If I wanted to add a shelf here, I could, because this is level. So I could add, not so much as a shelf, but to add a bottom to it. So we may have a part two, very likely, of this. But I'm going to see what I can do here. Okay. My main issue is my pot life. My pot life is out of control. Okay. So. This is a dilemma indeed. This may definitely become part two. This will definitely build the suspense for the next video, that's for sure, because I thought I had an idea. This is the first. This is the first. And see, they don't have handles for hanging. And I've been trying to think about this anyway, as it relates to when I do buy a house. If there can be a hanging shelf, that makes sense over, I actually want my range to be on the island. I'd like I don't really like the cornered style of this, and then the large island with not real built-in functionality. I don't like that. So I've been trying to figure this out. If you have any ideas, please let us know. Give me 1 second. I think I got one more possible idea, because it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. It looks okay, but see, it's already like it's too close to one another. You see? See, after the first two, they're good, but obviously as it gets bigger, it takes up more space and thus no space in between these two, you see? Not enough space to put a pot, and then it just looks off. So the idea doesn't really work. Let's see. This is when I wish I had superpowers to, like, you know, wiggle my nose and make it morph into something else, but I don't. So, and I don't want them too high because I don't want to have to go up on a step stool every time I need a pot. That's not going to work out either. Yeah, this is going to be interesting. And these, like, is a lifestyle as well. I've got to reorganize this. So all of this should be a wonderful video too. So you can see that, like I said before, glass is my preferred medium for all of my kitchen, and actually for all products throughout the house. Now that my son is old enough where he knows how to safely use them, I've been able to reincorporate my glass because that could pose and has posed danger issues in the past when he was younger. So I had to transition, and I had all stoneware and the safest plastic out there, like Titan or whatever. But now, because none of those are holistic, like they are not wholly safe, I had to switch back to this, and I'm so glad that I have been able to do so, because I had, at one point, I had to sell off all or give away all of my Visionsware, and that, whew, boy, the love of your child is a powerful thing. Okay, so yeah, this is going to be a challenge. This is going to be a challenge. What can I do? I can't even do the smaller pots. Well, maybe I can do that. So maybe I can do that. Maybe it can just be the smaller pots, period. So this is a 1.5 liter. It is one of the newer ones. It's got the enclosing of the logo. All right, so these are not gonna fit. That's another 1.5 liter. Not gonna fit. All right, let's try these, because that will at least help. See, I don't like that it's turning though. I don't like that. You see how that's turning? Let me show you closer. I don't like that at all. You see that? One is turning in because of the size of it. To get it to lay straight, you can't do that because it would push the other one over. And the idea of, now just hitting them together is not going to result in a break. That's another myth. You would have to hit them pretty hard for them to break, okay? So, but still, I don't want to do that because I want to be as safe as possible, because accidents do occur, right? Don't know. I really don't know. Well, while I'm thinking real quick, here is the other company I was referring to, Anchor. They make the borosilicate as well. So this is an Anchor bakeware piece. And here's another cutie patootie. Love this. I love to make, my son loves meatloaf. And sometimes I just make him a meatloaf all together. And this one is also Anchor. Sometimes it says Anchor Hocking. And then sometimes it just says Anchor. I love the completely clear. In fact, if you know me at all, you know that the one thing that I always wished about the Visionsware, always, because I do not understand why anyone thought that this brown color was the stuff, because it is not the stuff. I love brown because I'm a brown girl, love brown, but come on, like clear would have just been beastie, just like, you know, like, as much as I love glass, I guess it's because, you know, again, scientists, beakers and test tubes and all that kind of stuff. I don't know. That's just my jam, apothecary, you know, like, oh, I just get excited. If they were clear, like clear and like a gold little trim or like a rose gold or like a copper little trim, yeah. What are you trying to do with my phone? Hold on, we got 11-year-old coming in. Hey, what's up? How are you out there? I'm in here reorganizing, right, really. Move it, crazy man. All right, what are you doing with my phone? Okay, so probably here shortly, he's gonna ask me for some Robux, I reckon. The answer is no. The answer is no.
Didn't you say I was gonna want money? And didn't you say you were going to give me money?
Tomorrow. Okay. Well, I'm glad all is well with you. But yeah, so what I'm doing is I got the bug to reorganize all of my, yeah, he is always wilding, always. And he's got on the Among Us sweatshirt. How much money are you asking for, Asa? You're gonna have to do chores for it. You're gonna have to earn it. And I know you're online with your friends right now, so you might wanna just enjoy that and then we'll talk about it later. You wanna do that? Because I know you don't wanna do chores right now. $10? Okay. But it will involve chores. You're gonna have to vacuum the entire house. Yep. Think about it, get back to me. Okay. All right, so exactly, he's always wilding in the camera. But so basically, I got up and I have a thing about clutter and disorganization. And I was like, I want it to be organized now. And my collection, those who know me well know that I have recently turned down a couple of pieces that I saw at the Goodwills because I really just don't have any more room. But if I had room, I would just, admittedly, I would continue to collect the Visionsware pieces only because they're so rare. And I don't fear a lot of things. In fact, I don't have the same fears as most people. My fears are probably silly to some of y'all, but so one of my unnatural fears is that I will break one of these very rare pieces and then I won't be able to find another replacement piece because like that place called Replacements Unlimited, they don't carry a lot of Visionsware. They have a lot of my other favorite collection, which is Temp-tations by Tara. Some of you are familiar with that brand, the stoneware. Love stoneware. This is it. You've already seen it in here. I showed you the cupboards, all of that up top, with the exception of the white plates. That's Mikasa. I love Mikasa as well. But this shelf here, that's all stoneware. That's all Tara by Temp-tations. That is the Harvest collection. Ooh, I hope I got that right. And then my absolute favorite of hers is the summer. The summer, Old World and New World. I love them. And the basket one, the basket weave or something like that. Those are my jam. But that's my unnatural fear, is that I will break one, or it will be broken in my move, or I will want another one and need to and should have gotten it. I know it's cuckoo, but hey, we all have our kind of our must-haves, and I don't collect we all have our specific collectibles, and this is mine. How about that? Okay. So I'm trying to reorganize it, Chef. If you have any, because of course you're a chef, if you have any input, please let me know. Now, right now I'm apartment living, which hasn't really stopped me from building out different areas of my home. As I showed earlier, I built out this snack bar here, and then I built out, because I like built-ins. I used to have a hutch, all the little fancy and big fancy things, but I wanted it to be more streamlined. So I built out these here. Yes, I still need to paint them. I'm going to paint them. And I would love something here, but I don't want to do that in the apartment because I've already done so much. I tell you. But for my home, my future home, which I'm hoping is not so in the future, I do need ideas. So if you have any ideas about how I can store my Visions Wear collection, and let me make sure you all see it. So these are not, this is a functional display. So I use these. They're not just there being pretty. This is, actually, let me just show you this really quickly. This is very rare. So the brown is, remember, Visions is very rare, period, okay? But the purple, and I think they call it plum or berry or something like that. The plum version of this, because they came in two colors, the brown, and I want to say they call it, I don't know, like tan or something like that. It looks so much more fly on the commercials. Go to the old school commercials on YouTube, and the color, you're like, yo, I want that. But then when you see it in real life, it's brown. But it looks more like you know what? What am I tripping? They call it amber. Duh, it's amber. But for this one, the berry, I have only been able to find one pot, period. And I found it, and it is in pristine condition, and there's no way that I could, let it go. Now, Pyrex also has the same, you see that? The Pyrex version. So if you know of any of the berry pieces anywhere, if you've seen them, please let a sister know in the comments as well. I have not seen the entire collection of the Pyrex. Like I said, every once in a while they have like a different look. These were more sleek. This is the newest version of the Visions, as I was explaining earlier in my feed, and they have not made any sense to the best of my knowledge. I would love to see these again clear. I would even love to be the person who produces the next version of the borosilicate cookware. I have all kinds of ideas. Now there are clear pots online. Some of them are large, but I have yet to see a full set again using the same kind of design as Visions. Normally you only see maybe a pot this size and then a larger stew pot. And that's the larger stew pot is very, very popular in European countries, European, Asian countries. Okay, so I don't know what to do. I don't think I can do it today. I thought, you know, let me go live and see if I can do anything, if I'm inspired. I'm not liking this. So there's gonna have to be a part 2. You're gonna have to suffer through my visions obsession again, and I've got to figure it out. And it's more of a borosilicate glass obsession. And then secondarily, of course, since vision was the first person, the pioneer of it, then of course I've got to give all the love to them. Yeah, I've got to figure this out. I'm gonna figure it out. So I tell you, this is crazy. I can't, I'm batting zero. I'm batting zero. I don't know what to do. I'm not even sure how to put this all back. So here we go. I'm gonna do my best right now. This is gonna look a hot mess. Hopefully not too much of a hot mess, but I am going to now, let me see where I can set the camera up so you can see what I'm doing. I'm at least going to get reorganized because disorganization can be psychological as well. So it's good to kind of get everything in order. Organization lends toward decluttering your mind as well. And so I'll put you right here. And then you can see, of course, I can't pull the shelf door open any further than this. But you can see inside what I'm doing here. So let me try to work this out real quick. And again, if you have any ideas, please let a sister know. And tell me what you're doing on this Sunday morning. Are you cooking? Have you already cooked? Are you going to grill out? I'm going to make hot dogs on the grill here shortly. And other than that, I'm just going to chill out. Okay. Oh boy. All right, give me a second here. I'm looking for my organizing pieces. See if I have any more dividers. I'm not sure if I do. I also collect Le Creuset, but they're expensive. So I only have like 2 pieces. Don't judge me, okay? Like I don't do that type of rich, okay? All right, let's see. I don't have any more dividers. I only have, if you've seen this system, this same system, the biggest problem is that I've already used them here on the built-in shelves, right there and right there. I could really use those to organize my glassware. So it looks like that's what I'm probably most likely going to have to do, is just buy some more of these dividers. They work so well. I prefer to have the white over here because of the colors in the kitchen. And well, I've got white over there as well, but the black seems to work better over here because it's kind of a warmer area color-wise. But if I take this one, if I use that one, then I'm going to be stuck with having cluttered cast iron, because cast iron is my next favorite. I love stoneware, cast iron, and glass. Those are your safe options for cookware, period. Let me know what your favorite is. Copper is wonderful as well, but you need to really learn how to prepare with copper and also stainless steel, because you can mess up your pots if you if you're not careful and and observe best practices when using those materials. Yeah, I don't know. I'm batting zero, people. And that's rare for me. I have no clue. I'm stuck. Stuck. All right, so we're just gonna put this back up because I cannot have my kitchen looking like this. That we can't do, friend. So, okay. All right, so we're gonna go back to this. This normally stays on my stovetop because I do a lot of steaming vegetables. I do home stock. I do not typically buy chicken or beef stock. Every once in a while I will, but I make my own very commonly. Okay, so it stays, and so does normally one of the pots, the sauce pots right here. Boom. And this one always stays as well. This is what I more specifically use to steam. It works wonders. I put in some broccoli, some cauliflower, put in about only 1 cup or maybe 1.5 cups of water. Put it, use my own signature seasoning, which includes cumin and your traditional seasoning salt, and then some other secret things. And they're not so secret. I'll do a video on that one day. So this is normally how the stovetop looks. Teapot, use it all the time. And this is another, you know what I failed to mention. So I guess basically this has become a walk through my kitchen with me instead of organize with me, organize the visionsware with me. What are Tigress's favorite things? Okay, so I love Mackenzie Childs. And this is what this is. I have both the teapot and a saucepan, a large saucepan. I actually had it up for sale. I was considering selling it, but I'm in love with it. I really am. This is Flower Market in white. They have Flower Market in blue and in teal, I believe. You've really got to check them out. They really satisfy my culinary design appetite for gaudy and whimsical and chic. That's them, okay? Mackenzie Childs. And actually, hey, Mackenzie Childs, sponsorship, okay? If Visions was, still in production, same, hello, or anybody out there who's going to reproduce it, what up, yo? Okay, so let me stop being silly in that regard. And yeah, it's just gonna have to be something where I have to really, really figure it out, because I really just don't know. I really don't know. And that might just stay up there for the time being. It's not bad, it's just not good. It just looks out of place and pointless, you know what I mean? Like, well, not pointless, but just makeshift, very, very makeshift, instead of kind of the repurposed chic that I was going for. That kind of sucks. All right, so I was gonna start over here, but let me start over here. So I'm disorganized in my organization right now, which is absolutely funny. Okay, So let me pull these out because these are clean now out of the dishwasher. Okay, let's close this so I can work. I even have, of course, large pans, which you can imagine, large bake pans. Those are Pyrex. They're normally a darker brown. You can almost tell. Well, I think you can tell immediately. I work with them, so, and I mean, I use them. When I say I work with them, I use them. You can tell the difference. This is more of an amber. This is more of a rich brown. Okay. And who told them that was the color to choose? It's just beyond me, honey. Okay. I don't know. This is cuckoo crazy. And then we're gonna get on off of here. All right. Move this over. Isn't this cute? Oh my God, it's so cute. It has all of my, yeah, it's cute. Okay. I get so darn bored with stuff. Maybe I need to turn them forward. What do y'all think? I turn them forward? I don't use this outlet at all. So this is the best place then for my pots. Okay, I'm gonna turn them this way. Maybe I could use that. I wish I just had one more. I need one more of those right now. Let me see if I see any of those. Look one more time. I'm surprised I don't have any. All right, I might just go ahead and, I think I am. I think I'm gonna take this one down. All right, give me a second, folks. I'm gonna take this one down. Stick with me, stick with me. We can at least get organized in one fashion, right? All right, so we're gonna take this down. Let's see if I'm gonna regret this. Well, I regret this because this is a larger one. Nope, I'm gonna regret it. Yep, I'm gonna regret it. So we're gonna leave that there. Nope. And we're just gonna leave a space. I tend to do that as well. I like to speak things into existence. And in so doing, I like my actions to line up with that type of mentality. So what am I talking about? That means that instead of having this space be completely used right now, because I don't have anything to put there right now, I will leave it open as a reminder, as an act to say and speak into existence this area being filled. Okay, so, and while we're at it, let's go ahead and just clean it. Every once in a while, you gotta clean your spaces. So let me do that. And my dish detergent, which some of you already know, is of course just cast iron soap. I prefer peppermint, but they make so many different types. I've got hemp and lavender. I want to be very careful with this. Now, the one thing that I don't like about this apartment, and some of you all are probably gonna say, oh my gosh, you sound like an elitist, or I love marble and blah, 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 blah. Okay, so I like marble. I think that's pretty cool. I don't have any issues with that environmentally per se, okay? But I am a clean freak because I'm a scientist, you know, most scientists are, right? And the color of the marble is such that I really have to be, you know, on top of it to make sure that it is clean, because the color pattern can disguise any soiled area, and I don't like that. I don't like that at all. And I didn't know it was going to be this bad as far as making sure to, you know, scope out any areas that need to be cleaned. And so not really liking that. So in the future, I want just one flush color and that's it. Like I would even do a soft yellow, like some of my my kitchen appliances. Let me show you here. Like there. That would be nice, or white. Okay. Let's see. I guess the internet is going in and out. Okay. I'm playing jazz from Pandora. I'm not playing it from a player. Much like most of us listen to music nowadays. So that's gonna look really, really nice when I put another one there. I think that's just gonna be the best deal. And then that way I can still grab everything and I can also see everything. And again, the ultimate goal is that this will be temporary and that I will have a house in the future, in the not distant future, and the nearer future, hopefully, even, you know, considering the whole pandemic. We'll just hope for the best, right? Send positive wishes my way. And I'm sending positivity your way as well. Yeah. Okay, so here we go. We're just gonna put these up and then we will have a part 2 to this. And that's it. Not a whole bunch to it, because without another organized piece, I can't really do too much. I'm gonna put the pots over here, like so, like this, like so. So basically I have 3 of these. Let me try this. Okay. Well, I actually have 4. I have 4 of them. This is actually a larger pot, and I think I'm going to take it and put it back on the stove. I'm going to use it in lieu of the other. Let's see. This is the newer version as well. It has the encircled area. They're just so adorable. All right, so I'm gonna do another. They came with a lot of these hooks, so you can really adjust this piece to your needs, the size of your pots and pans. You see, I add that in that way, you know, it stays. All right, I guess we'll just put these two here in the meantime. Leave that out. Okay. And these excel at any of the, you know, department stores and cookware places. You can find them at Bed Bath & Beyond, Walmart. I've seen them at even TJ Maxx and Marshalls and Home Goods, you know, about $10. And there you have it. Okay. All right, so that area is at least somewhat organized for the time being. Okay. And now we'll come over here. Okay. This, I know some of you don't use in the Black household, the drawer underneath the oven is usually reserved for bakeware, normally cookie sheets or bake sheets, right? Baking sheets. And mine is no different. Muffin pans, stuff like that. So I've got these, right? A stoneware bake sheet. And a muffin pan. Let's see, show you that there. Just straightforward. Okay, so now it seems as though we've done something that will help us out. I do like this, I must say, I do like this view of my pots and pans much better. I love that. You know, I can really see what I have. I can see it before, but you know, you don't get the full just ingenuity of the design of the glass cookware. So I like that I can really see it. Okay, I like to enjoy my collectibles. I don't want them just, you know, that's the whole point of why we put them on display. And it makes it even better if it's a functional display, right? Okay, so not bad, not bad. All right, do I want to still use this? that for lids and pots and for the pots or whatever. I'm not sure how this is going. This I got from the dollar store. Some of them, I mean, hey, you know how I feel about the dollar store. It works well most often. Every once in a while, I find that I have to get the real deal from another store, but this actually works very well. I think I'm going to use that for the smaller sauce pots and the lids. Again, I don't particularly care to stack them unless you actually clang them together pretty hard. They're not going to break. You know, hence, you know, borosilicate glass. You can normally, you know, they can encounter one another without, you know, some explosion or shattering. But I still don't like to stack them too much. I have these 3. I think I'm going to turn them upside down. No, that doesn't seem to work very well. And you see, you heard how hard they just hit, and still not even a scratch, okay? I don't know. I can't figure it out right now. So I'm not gonna try to over complicate it right now. Leave these as is and put tops on them. Smaller lids. Which go on those, and that's not helping us right now. None of these are helping us right now. I mean, come on, it's so adorable. I think that's too small though. This is not the right lid. This is Pyrex. So I don't think this particular size came with a lid, but they're interchangeable, so. So basically I interlock them. I put one, you see that? One where the handle is this sticking outward, and then the next where it's sticking inward, just like you would with shoes. I've got a lot of experience organizing shoes. Okay, let's see. pretty much done for the day. Thankfully, I was at least able to get it somewhat back in order. It's not ideal, but and I am going to pull these down because now it's completely irritating me that they're up here. These are all of my saucepans. These are the more traditional saucepans because, you know, hence the pour spout. And knowing me, I probably will head out later on today, maybe drop by Bed Bath & Beyond and pick up the organizers. And then I will just maybe, you know, next week show you the next part, if you will. Especially if I can come up with another organizing system, because this is just not working. It's terrible. And I don't do this, friends. My organization is normally immaculate. And it is not that. You know, not bad right now. Not bad. It'll do. It's neat, right? You don't need to see my crazy non-hairstyle today. Okay. Same thing. I just put one with the handle inside and the other with it facing outside right there. And then put that on the bottom. Put this, these two over here. This is another anchor piece, and you see again, I hit them pretty hard and there was no crack whatsoever, but you still don't want to just be banging your dishes around. This is the anchor. I love this piece. And I'm just going to fit it in the corner here. It was actually in the same place before. And at least we have some organization right now. So that's not bad, you know, that's not bad considering. But the funny thing is that we still have this space over here, right? So I need to get that together. This is going to be interesting. All right, Bed Bath & Beyond, here I come later on today. Now let's chill to the max until I do step out. All right, y'all. It's been another live crazy catch-all video by your girl, Tigress. Happy Sunday, y'all. Join me again. Bye, y'all.